Snoring Beauty by Rachel Mortimer and Amanda Helberg. As the palace clock struck midnight, the king and queen awoke to a frightening sound. Where was it coming from? Was there a monster in the room? Had the dragon escaped from the palace dungeons? The king and queen rushed into the princess's chamber. They looked over the bed, they looked under the bed, then they looked in the bed. The princess was making a deafening noise. Still sound asleep, her mouth wide open, she was snoring in the most unladylike way. The next day, the palace was in chaos, as the princess, still sleeping, snored louder and louder. Cook was so distracted, he burnt all the cakes. The royal guards, unable to hear any commands, kept bumping into one another. Saddest of all was the court jester. He couldn't remember a single joke. The story of Snoring Beauty made headline news. The princess had fallen under a wicked spell and would snore for 100 years unless a special kiss could wake her. Without delay, a notice appeared across the kingdom. Word spread, and within hours, a long queue of hopeful heroes appeared at the palace gates. One by one they kissed the princess. But 999 kisses later, Snoring Beauty was still fast asleep. Before long, the story of Snoring Beauty had spread beyond the kingdom to far-off lands. Many took pride in their own special kisses. They elected heroes and the race began to prove whose kiss was the best. Chief Brown Bear, the courageous yet cuddly Eskimo prince, locked up his igloo and harnessed his husky dogs to the royal sled. The journey ahead would be long, cold, and at times dangerous. But nothing could have prepared him for the noise coming from the princess's chamber. It was more frightening than the angriest polar bear, more ear-piercing than the barking of his husky dogs. He smiled bravely at the queen and quickly rubbed noses with the princess. A special Eskimo kiss, the Eskimo way, is sure to break the spell today. Chief Brown Bear's nose must have been very cold, for the princess's nose twitched and she sneezed, "Achoo!" But it didn't wake her. Prince Powderpuff of Paris put the finishing touches to his hair and retied the silk bows on his expensive tights. After one last look in the mirror, he stepped delicately, so as not to lather his tights, into his golden carriage. 2 days later, and still with perfect tights, Prince Powderpuff pranced over to the princess's bedside. He looked at her wide open mouth in horror, glimpsed himself in the mirror, kissed her first, oh so daintily on the left cheek, then oh so prettily on the right cheek, and finally oh so cheekily on the left cheek again. A special kiss, the Parisian way, is sure to break the spell today. The princess's left cheek quivered, her right cheek twitched, then her left cheek quivered again. But the princess simply carried on snoring. Charming Prince Charlie thanked his cook for his lunch, his butler for his shoes, and his horse for such a comfortable ride to the palace. He raised his hat respectfully to the king, bowed gallantly to the queen, and went down on one knee before the snoring princess. Far too charming to comment on the undignified din, he took her hand in his and delicately kissed it. A special kiss, the gentleman's way, is sure to break the spell today. The light brush of his lips would have woken most storybook princesses, but not this one. Snoring Beauty only snored louder. Then one especially noisy afternoon, A dirty and rather smelly young man arrived at the palace. "Who are you?" asked the butler. "I'm Joe," he replied. "I look after the pigs. I've come to kiss the princess." The butler was shocked. The king was outraged. But the queen was desperate. "Come this way," she said, "quickly." The queen opened the chamber door. It was love at first sight, for Joe had never seen a girl so beautiful, and the noise she was making was adorable, just like his beloved pigs. Joe kissed the princess. The palace held its breath. There was silence. The princess wrinkled her nose a little, then opened her eyes. A true love kiss, the most special of all. At last, it's time for a ball. Within hours, the royal notices appealing for a special kiss were ripped down and replaced with a new announcement. Fairy tale wedding of the century. Everyone invited for fun, fizzy drinks and fairy cakes. Wedding celebrations start at 3 o'clock. The royal guard stood to attention at the palace gates, and as the palace clock struck 3, a silver carriage appeared, pulled by 6 polished and pampered pink pigs. Joe and his beautiful bride waved happily. The crowd cheered. The cameras flashed. Once again, the story of Snoring Beauty made headline news. And the rest of Joe's rewards? Well, who needs gold when you find true love? Joe rewarded his pigs with a feast fit for a king, then turned their sty into a palace. And there they all lived, happily ever after.